RAD, the Groms Tour the Baltics, is a 3-week adventure across the once Soviet states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. With myself, Christian Stevenson, and a handful of the UK's finest young skaters, we travel 1,000 miles in search of skate parks and street spots. On the way, we try many activities, fall foul of the authorities, and excel at competitions. So sit back and relax. This is the Groms Tour the Baltics. This week, the Groms get to skate in a disused theater. We all bomb this crazy hill. We get vertical on this huge zip line. And Paul-luc gets to skate a vert ramp. But first, it's time to leave our hotel in Tallinn.
That's it for Tallinn, Estonia. I'm gonna grab the Groms, pack the RV, and head to Otepää.
It was time to start the tour proper and leave the sanctity of our hotel. We packed the van, and with a 3-hour drive ahead of us, I presented a carefully prepared selection of my favorite tunes.
All right, I got the Music Makes Me Happy mix, the Radness mix, and the Spinning Rainbow of Doom mix. Which one's it gonna be, boys?
None of them. You're all right. Cheers.
Huh? They don't like my music? Well, anyhow, I had other problems to contend with.
People drive crazy over here. I'm not familiar with driving with trams, so I'm sure they have right of way, no matter what.
1 hour out of Tallinn, and the heavens opened up a torrential downpour of rain upon us.
Check out the weather, man. Not good. But it's better to have it on a travel day than a skate day.
The Groms didn't mind, though. They had their own entertainment.
It's gonna take like 3-4 hours of watching a skate video to try and kill the time off.
Hey.
3 hours later, and we arrived to a ridiculous question.
Why are we here? Is there a skate park?
Yes, there is a skate park.
Once again, our guide Mike knew of a hidden treasure in the unlikeliest of buildings.
You joking? Oh my God! The park is looking off the Richter scale. It's crazy. You're outside thinking where's the skate park? Open the door and it's just in like a house. Crazy.
This is an old cinema. The locals over in Otepää that skateboard, they found this ex-cinema and turned it into a skate park. Tom Knox calls it heaven.
Mike had come up trumps. Who would have thunk? A skate park in a disused movie theater. It was beginning to appear that there were plenty of skate parks in Estonia. They were just a little hidden away. The Groms were reveling in the unusual surroundings. We had to move on, though, and find our digs for the night. Now, this part of Europe is known for its myths and fables, so here are a few in our weekly feature, Tall Tales from the Tour.
It's a story I didn't know whether to believe or not. There'd always been talk about an ape-like man roaming around in the forests of the Baltics. There's a few blurred photos in the 70s, but recently there's been no sightings. One night we were staying at a campsite and I came across a really weird footprint in the ground. I consulted my footprint identification book, but I couldn't find out what it was. I kind of forgot about it, and then that night I heard a loud roaring sound outside my tent, and then my tent started shaking.
Sparrow, is that you again?
No. At first I thought it was Sparrow farting. I realised it wasn't, and I went outside my tent and I caught a glimpse of the creature.
What is that?
I was really intrigued about what I saw, so the next day I set up a trap to try and capture the beast. Unfortunately, it turned out to be unsuccessful.
Caught him, I caught him!
Oh, it's only you.
Only me, dude. Come on, get me out of this trap. You know I'm a sucker for a banana. Tom!
I kind of given up on finding the beast, and on the way back to my tent, I came face to face with it. We both froze, really scared of each other. I didn't know what to do, so I just offered him the fist of respect, which he promptly sputtered. Having been accepted, I spent the rest of the afternoon with the intriguing creature, hoping to learn more about how he lived. He taught me what good things there were to eat in the forest. And I taught him how to play football. Then we went for a little row in his boat. And he showed me a little game he played. But he finally had to go, and I waved goodbye to him at the campsite. It was really sad.
It was a short drive to the hostel where we would spend the night. The groms made a mad dash for the best bed. And I cooked up another hearty meal to satisfy their hunger.
The groms, eh? You know, I often wonder what they talk about when I'm not around. Probably just kid stuff.
Hey, did you know that 20 years ago, there was a huge decline in population since independence became into Estonia?
Well, actually, Estonia have only been independent since 1991. As you can clearly see, that's 15 years. You're 5 years off.
Thank you, Tom. I stand corrected on your part.
Well, I'm personally more concerned on the military situation.
Don't even get me started in the military situation.
But lads, don't you think the economy is much more significant than we actually thought?
Yeah, you're right about that, lads.
Hey, what are y'all talking about? Sick, man. We'll find some rad spots tomorrow, all right? You guys are gonna be stoked. Awesome.
I've heard the education's really good.
Yeah, I found that with the health section.
Yeah.
Coming up in part 2, the groms get to bomb this ridiculous hill. We all traverse this huge valley on a zip line. And Paul-luc gets to show his stuff on a vert ramp in Tartu. day 5, and we awoke in Otepää, Estonia, to clear skies. We had spent a night in a hostel on the outskirts of the town. And with a skate park in Tartu planned for that afternoon, I decided to get the groms warmed up by playing a little football.
Okay, if you guys get 2 balls past me, I'll give you 10 yards, and you can kick the ball, and I'll have my back to you. You can just nail me with the ball. How about that?
Trousers down.
Yeah.
No trousers down, punk. Come on, man. This is a family show.
Playing football with Christian was the funnest thing ever. We scored 2 out of 5, and then he had to turn around and all of us, and we all got a free shot.
Yeah! High five!
Before striking me down, remember who's got the money, who's got the keys, and who's got the whole itinerary.
So we all had a shot, like only one of us got him. And we just started being cheeky and like going right behind him and whacking it right from behind.
Oh, Dad! What are you doing, punk?
We kept them running up behind him and whacking the ball, and he kept them screaming, rolling on the ground, and we'd do it again, and the same thing had happened again. It was well fun.
Oh, Dad! Oh!
It was such a fun game of football, probably the best one I've ever had.
Oh, man! That was, you guys were not back there for that one, were you?
Christian, one more!
No.
Come on!
My back was sore, and with a plethora of activities ahead, we ventured off.
We are going to Otepää's Adventure Park to see what they've got. They might have something, they might not, but you don't know until you try.
During the winter, the hills around Otepää are home to the local ski scene. In the summer months, the same slopes provide alternative fun.
Yes, we're gonna skate down that.
Just imagine tripping. Just imagine going side and just tripping.
We're gonna die going down this.
Do it switch.
We started bombing down these hills on our skateboard. We were just caning it down, like, I don't know, I said about 30 miles an hour.
Bombing down the hill was the craziest thing I've ever done, ever. We started doing it, and Ben and Ollie were going real fast, and I was kind of just trailing behind, doing foot stops and stuff. And then we started walking back up and getting really into it.
Funnest thing ever. No tricks at all, just straight, fast skating down the hill. It's fun.
Dude, he's easily doing about 35 miles an hour there. Oh my gosh, all retirement, nuts.
Remember, these guys are experts. Always wear body protection and don't try this on public roads.
Oh man, these guys are pumped.
The best thing in the world. Better than any tricks ever done. This is the boy.
It was kind of the best feeling I ever had because I've never gone that fast on skateboard.
We were hitting speeds that if we fell off, we'd be in real trouble if we clipped the stone. The adrenaline rush was amazing.
I'll show you this downhill stuff. It's gonna be good.
We're going down this big hill. Ollie! That was a good feeling, riding down here with my good old friend Ben.
Oh, good old Ollie.
Still pumped from the downhill, we went in search for another challenge.
Right next to the downhill bombing place, there was like a flying fox.
Mike, what are we doing?
Fox flying.
Fox flying.
Flying fox.
Flying fox. Flying. We're doing flying fox.
And we thought it would be, a good half hour of, you have to do this, then tie this on. Then try get in your suits, go on the biggest one there is.
Oh, come on, you guys. Wait, we all thought like some instructors would be there teaching us how to put it on, like putting it on for us and pushing us off. But it was just us there, just doing it ourselves.
My man here's like, just go. And I'm like, okay, but how? So I'm just gonna do this. Do I need to, that's it? That's it.
Christian.
Just run, right? Okay. There we go. Whoa.
That was a good situation to be in. That's good.
This bit here is squidging my family jewels when I was coming down.
That can't be fun.
Still hurting now, but
You'll be okay. You're going on that thing.
that's gonna be scary.
We're gonna do the next zip line, which is called Big Mama. There's no one here to make sure I'm on this thing. Okay, I'm about to jump off this cliff, and now I'm at least over 100 feet up there. Look at that, dude.
Come on.
Okay. Today. Here we go. Oh, yes!
This is it. Fly or die.
Safe.
How's landing?
What do you say, Timer? What a day so far, and we still had a park session to come. We loaded up and drove to the nearby city of Tartu.
Welcome to Tartu skatepark.
We're very happy to
Have the groms.
And now we're skatepark. Yeah.
It was turning out to be a glorious day. We were not going to be disappointed with what Tartu had to offer.
Yeah, the park is fantastic. It's the biggest in Estonia.
The park, I think it's real sick. I'm skating the street, and it's got some nice handles.
I heard about the very good skaters who came here, so...
Like this guy.
Yeah.
Word of our visit had obviously spread, so Ollie set about destroying the street course as only he can. The universal language of skating soon meant everyone became friends. Aww.
Don't know what you just said, but he's a good lad, you know what I mean? Cheers. Come on. It's just randomness, isn't it? Getting bullied again. Cheers. Thank you.
The different thing about this park was it had a vert ramp, Paul-luc's speciality, and the groms were very curious to see him skate it.
Paul had been saving his sleep, like he'd been sleeping 12 hours a night just for that day, because he knew it was probably our only vert this tour.
You know, Paul-luc's been the shyest guy on tour, but I think now that he's on home turf on a big vert ramp, we're gonna see him shine, and the other groms are gonna appreciate his mad skating skills.
So he gets up there, just starts cruising around it, feeling it. He didn't say it was that nice.
My normal tricks are like harder on this ramp. It's a bit weird, but at least I can still skate it.
Then he just starts doing these massive airs, and like no one could believe it. I didn't know he was going to be that good. And in the end, he got some amazing tricks.
I was glad to finally get onto a vert ramp. I like it more than street because it's more like spectacular, and I like being in the air and doing flips in the air.
Don't stop me now. I'm on a roll and it gets harder to explain.
Ben was also up there on the ramp. He hadn't skated vert in a while, but he still had some maneuvers up his sleeve.
It was about to try tricks, but I might not succeed.
Politics in mind, changing all the time. Have to redefine. Regardless of our fate,
It's scary.
The skate session had wound down, and we decided to check out the good old fairground that was behind the park. And one ride caught our eye in particular.
The mega dance.
Best ride ever!
Hey, Ben's throwing up! Oh no. Oh, I feel alright. A little bit better now.
Poor old Ben was hurting for certain. But Tom's new fan club, on the other hand, was starting to make some really odd requests.
Got my shot? Yes. That's a bit unfair.
There you go. Count of three, I want on the cheek. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I can't believe I gave him my t-shirt.
Coming up next week, we skate the coastal town of Tartu. We play football on the beach, visit the largest meteor crater in Europe, and Sparrow lands the wrong way up on a trampoline.
The groms are leaving Thailand and we're hitting parks that's hidden, and the theatre's the venue, but it's hardly good riddance. Sliding zip lines like some kind of grom yes, and Chris gets bopped with a ball outside of his head. Tartu Park sweet, Paul shreds the U-ramp, and Ben hits a fair ride in need of a revamp. This year the groms are doing it, good job, RAD.